Hello students, let's continue our this chapter class 8 science and chapter name is microorganisms friends and foe, and this is the third part of this chapter. In this one today I will explain you fungi and it's a second microorganisms. As you know, microorganisms are divided into the four parts: bacteria, fungi, protozoa, algae. In the previous video I have explained you about bacteria. Now in this video I will explain you fungi. Let's continue here. The plant like organisms. Okay students, means we can say that fungi is of plant like organisms that has a cell walls, and in this one chlorophyll is not present. That is called the fungi. Okay, then you will see here the plant like organisms that contains a cell wall but do not contain chlorophyll and thus cannot perform the photosynthesis is known as a fungi, and they get the food from the other living things such as animals. The availability blue green patches on the surface of the rotting fruits of whitish grey thread like outgrowth on a stale bread, old pickles or gems are different kinds of a fungi. Then in the simple way we can say that the fungi are the plant like organisms that contains the cell walls, and in this one chlorophyll is not present. That's why it cannot perform the photosynthesis, and the different types of fungi are present. Colors are different. Some are velvety, some are blue green patches, and some are whitish gray, and some are thread-like outgrowth which can develop on the stale bread. The stale bread student mothers, rotten bread. Then old pickles or gems. Okay, in this one also fungi can grow. Then these all are the different kinds of the fungi. Here examples are given. Examples of the fungi are the molds, aspergillus, mushroom, penicillium and yeast. These all are the examples of the fungi. Now student, fungi are either saprophytic or parasitic. Phytic means plants. Okay, means saprophytics are those which can take the food from the dead and decaying organisms. Okay, and parasitics are those which can take the food from their host. Okay, the fungi are either saprophytic or parasitic. Fungi can be divided into the unicellular and multicellular both. Okay, then I told you unicellular means which is made up of the single cell. Example is a yeast is given here, and the multicellular are those which are made up of the more than two cells. Examples are given here: molds and mushroom. Then molds and mushrooms are the multicellular fungi. The multicellular forms consist of long threads called hyphae that grow close together. Okay, students, hyphae means thread-like structures are present. Okay, that is called the hyphae. And mycelium. Mycelium is the highly interwoven compact mass formed by a hyphae. Interwoven. Okay, student, hyphae means the hyphae. When this hyphae is a twist-like structure like this, and when this hyphae is lots of hyphae is present in the mass. Okay, then that one is called the mycelium. Okay, compact mass formed by a hyphae. See here students, some examples are also given here related to yeast. This one fungi examples are yeast, mushroom. Okay, this one yeast, mushroom, penicillium and aspergillus. Okay, these all are the examples of the fungi. Then let's continue our third microorganisms, that is a protozoa. Okay, then student, protozoa are the unicellular organisms, which is made up of the single cells, and it is found in the freshwater, sea, or the moist cells. Okay, and the sizes is too small. You will see here 2 to 200 microns. Means you can also this protozoa is too small that you cannot see with your naked eye here. And the examples of protozoa are given here. Examples of protozoa are the Euglena, Trypanosoma, Paramecium, Amoeba, and Plasmodium. These are the examples: Euglena, Trypanosoma, Paramecium, Amoeba, and Plasmodium. These all are the example of a protozoa. Now see here, diagram also given here: the Euglena, Trypanosoma, Amoeba, and Paramecium. Now students, see here, the characteristics of plants and animals are shown by Euglena. Okay, only Euglena can show the characteristics of the plants and animals both here. See here, this is a Euglena. They can make their own food. Okay students, they can make their own food. Protozoa also exist in the symbiotic association. You know, Euglena can make their own food because in this one chlorophyll pigment is present. That's why it can perform the photosynthesis and they can make their own food. And protozoa also exist in the symbiotic association. Students, symbiotic association means what? Symbiotic association means those which can mutually helps to each other. Okay, that is called the symbiotic association. Like I will give you examples here. Lichens. Okay, lichens are the combination of the algae plus fungi. Okay, algae can make their own food, but fungi cannot make their own food. Then for food, fungi depends upon the algae, and algae can take the nutrients from the fungi. In this way, both are symbiotic association. Both are mutually helps to each other. That's why it is called a symbiotic association with other organisms. Means those organisms which can helps to each other. This association mutually beneficial to both the organisms. Mutually means एक दूसरे को giving benefit to both. Okay, that is all about here fungi and protozoa. In my next video I will explain you algae. Okay, till then you can understand the microorganisms, bacteria, fungi, and protozoa, and in my next video I will explain you algae. Till then, bye and have a nice day.